Hey, what's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? Welcome to D Smith. Let's discuss. Welcome to today's session. Today's session, we know Drake is a snake. We know that by now. We know he is soft as tissue paper. Well, I know that. Why is this guy in this Magic City documentary? I'm not gonna watch it because he is in it. He is not from Atlanta. Why you Atlanta ninjas allow this guy to be in the video or the doc? I have no idea. He was not born and raised, but hey, you guys deal with that. That's some Atlanta stuff, right? You guys need to have a discussion. Why you guys let a Toronto ninja who ain't from the city be in the doc? Holler at Jermaine Dupri about that. Because he's the F guy, right? We know in that doc he did Kendrick Lamar. He is still in his feelings. I never seen a gangster. Well, I'm lying right now. All gangsters be in their feelings, man. Sensitive ass people. But shout out to King Kendrick, right?
Fake. Drake's fake. Drake's fake.
Drake is fake. Drake is fake. I want to play this video from the Ville. He's going to explain why Kendrick and Future dissed. Oh boy. Welcome to the session. Like, comment, subscribe. Let's go, man.
Aged like fine wine, it gets better in time. As the days go by, this song always seems to surprise me. There's a few things that I noticed from the last verse that caught my attention recently. What if I told you that Kendrick knew that Drake admitted to taking advantage of Atlanta artists before the beef even started? Or what if I told you that this is also the reason why we got like that with Future and Metro Boomin, which was Kendrick's first response to Drake after he made First Person Shooter? But first, let me tell you about this documentary that Drake made for Magic City. It's a documentary for a gentleman's club that Drake co-produced, but it's the last episode that got a lot of people's attention. It was episode 5 that was recently released, and that's the episode that I want to talk about today. See, in the last episode, named after Future's song, Tony Montana, there's a segment where the people in Magic City seem to doubt Future at first. The first one would be Drake, recalling when he first heard Future back in a bum studio in Toronto. He explained that Future had sounded high or on another planet when he first heard him. But following Drake's remarks comes DJ Esco. DJ Esco is a DJ at the Magic City Club, and Esco explains how he wanted to play Future but got negative backlash for playing him and thought that he would get fired because of the outcome. The next person to doubt Future is the boss's son by the name of Juju. He also chimes in after the two and says that him and others didn't like it because it was repetitive. He didn't like Future's song because he felt like he repeated himself a lot. But keep in mind that Drake is producing this, and in this part of the episode, it felt like the people were expressing their doubts when they first heard Future for the very first time. They created this segment so where they were casting doubt on Future when he was coming out on the scene in Atlanta. Fortunately for Future, the pros outweighed the cons. The dancers and more actually liked Future and the music that he was making. It stuck with the people. It stuck with the people in the club. People actually enjoyed the music despite what Drake and others were saying about how they didn't understand Future because he was high or because he was repeating himself constantly. Despite all that, Future still won the people over. And this is funny because now everyone is rocking with Future, even Drake. And what's funny is that Drake mentions ATL and moving there in the beginning of his career with Lil Wayne. After this, he then stated that he was caught in between eras. Now at this time, I'm assuming it would have been the 2000s era, changing to the 2010s era, where Future started to make his mark and everybody else from Atlanta. But this is important because it's the same interview that Drake says that he is aware of Atlanta and how it's important that if you want to make it in the rap world, you have to work with an Atlanta artist. And I think that this is because, remember, it's in the same episode in the documentary where he sliced Kendrick Lamar when he talks about how he doesn't care how people respect another artist more than him. But like I said, in the same episode, he also admits that he needs to use Atlanta artists to stay relevant in the rap world, in the culture. It's a crazy statement to admit when you realize that despite doubting Tony Montana when he first heard it, he still jumped on the remix in 2011. Around the same time where Future starts to take off and people have their eyes on Future. Atlanta has their eyes on Future, Magic City and all that. Remember, Drake admitted that he was caught in between eras, most likely looking for ways to stay relevant, and figured out that if people are rocking with Future, then he would use him and Atlanta artists to stay relevant for the next wave. Now, I want you to keep in mind that this documentary was recorded and finished. And
so you hear the narrative of individuals using Drake. No, it's the other way around. Drake has been using individuals. Drake would not be Drake without Future. Individuals in the hood will listen way more music. They listen to music from Future than Drake. It is what it is. No Drake for the bitch. Of course he's for the bitches, because he's a bitch ass nigga.
2023 and was only shown once in 2024 at South by Southwest in March, which is odd because if you remember the song Like That with Future and Kendrick Lamar, that song had came out on that exact month. It's the same month when it was previewed at South by Southwest back in 2024. It said that the filming wrapped in 2023 and the series premiered to an acclaimed South by Southwest in March in 2024. But what are the odds that Like That comes out the same exact month in March 2024? The song Like That with Kendrick Lamar and Future had released days South by Southwest after the event was officially over. So from the looks of it, it looks like whoever was at South by Southwest in March 2024 either tipped Kendrick off and Future off about this situation, about this documentary, or they knew about it in 2023 when the filming had officially wrapped up. Either way, it does look strange how after Drake talks about Future using Atlanta artists, using people to stay relevant, and then sliding Kendrick in the same episode, it is strange that this song comes out right after that documentary comes out. And then obviously following the beef and everything that transpired after that. Which brings us forward to Not Like Us. Because remember, I talked about the third verse and how the third verse, Kendrick Lamar brings up Future again. And I think what he says about Future catches my attention more than anything now. So
I'm pretty sure the street ninjas don't respect Drake. I'm pretty sure of that. I'm pretty sure that they do not respect old boy because they know he is not from that cloth. Why he's pretending, why 21 Savage is acting like Drake is his best friend is wild. Why Lil Baby's acting like that's his best friend is wild. Why 21 Savage is acting like Drake is their best friend when he's not from that cloth, when they know he's a bitch ass nigga. They know that. It's crazy you get on these platforms and think this guy is the greatest in the world. When Kendrick know he's fake, when Future know he's fake. So I have questions for 21 Savage. I have questions for Lil Baby. I have questions for Young Thug. Y'all Atlanta niggas, man. Fake.
This documentary officially released to the public. And this is when Kendrick Lamar says, you called Future when you didn't see the club. And now I'm starting to think, because remember 616 in LA, when Kendrick was talking about the mole and how he knew people in Drake's entourage that wanted to see him fail. Now I'm starting to think, how did they know about this documentary? Because if you watch the last episode, Drake really does say that. He says that he knew that he had to use Atlanta artists to stay relevant. And in that same episode, he doesn't name Kendrick Lamar, but he speaks on how he doesn't care about how other people respect another artist more than him. And then obviously he has this beef with Kendrick that ends up going on the following year after this was finished recording. So was there somebody that tipped off Kendrick? Was there somebody that tipped off Future?
So let me say this before this ends. So we know Drake is a bitch ass nigga, and we know Drake fans are trash also. It is what it is. They do not belong in the culture. So go over to Twitter. I'm not on Twitter. I have a page. It's crazy because on Twitter, I do not follow old boy at all. For some reason, on my timeline, it's all Drake. I don't follow you. I don't like you. I don't listen to your music. Why is your shit on my timeline? It makes no sense, but shout out to Kendrick Lamar. Shout out to DeVille. Man, crazy. But let's finish the rest of this video, man.
Somebody tell them about this after they finished filming this documentary, or did somebody tell them after they watched it at South by Southwest? Either way it goes, I think it's strange how after this was premiered in South by Southwest, 10 days later, we get like that with Kendrick. And now, could this be the main reason why Kendrick and Future decided to team up? I'm not sure, but I can say, in my opinion, I feel like this played a part in it. We'll keep it alleged, but I thought that it was interesting how this is all starting to play out. And it makes more sense when Kendrick says, you called Future when you didn't see the club. Right after Drake admits in a club documentary that he had to use Atlanta artists to stay relevant, and admitted that he was in between eras and realized that Future's era was about to take over. And despite thinking
that makes sense,
Future sounds high, he still got on the remix in 2011, confirming that he used Future to stay relevant, even as far back as 2000.
It's crazy. Now you know there's difference. Drake music sucks without all these other people. No Kid was it? No Kid. Are you listening to No Kid today? Yes or no? Well, they're not playing.
Drake has been using these tactics of using people, using upcoming artists, even Future, to keep relevancy. And obviously, after this, they have a collab album and they do everything like that. No pun intended. But the way that Kendrick...
But yeah, I'm gonna stop it right there, man. So shout out to the video for the video right there. Yeah, why Drake in this video, I have no idea. We know that he's a bitch ass nigga. Shout out to Kendrick Lamar, and man, let me end this by saying this right here.
Drake's fake. Drake's fake. Drake's fake.
I'm out of here, man.